So I had shut down my replication server for some time. That's why you can see there is a lag appearing over there, and it is trying to rescan again and trying to replicate the data again. So there is a lag of 13 hours that will be completed, but let's explore some settings under the application migration service. So this is a replication setting. You can see a subnet over there, that is a staging subnet on which your replication server will be launched and your AWS volume will be provisioned. So you can see replication server instance type is T3 small. So this is picked up by the replication service itself. You can see some ABS related details over here. Then yeah, so encryption is default and all those things. So now go to server information. This is the information of your source server. Okay, so you can see the host name, we can see the primary network interface, that's an IP address of the server. There's a CPU, there's a RAM, there's a disk that we selected when we initiated the replication agent. So you can see the /dev/sda of 20 GB, it has been picked up. The operating system details are also there. It's a Linux platform, and you can see the further details on the operating system. So now if you see, there is a recommended instance type. So based on the CPU and RAM of the source server, AWS Migration Service, rather the Application Migration Service, is recommending C5 large instance type. So this instance type will be used for the test and the cutover instance when we launch them. Okay, so let's go to now the launch settings. So this is the IP address. All good. Tags, this is the tag which are there. I have not made any changes to the tag. This is the disk that we selected, which is getting synced up. Replication setting we saw, and then let's go to launch setting. So launch setting controls the launch of the test and the cutover instance. So when we launch the instance, we have to have certain configuration in place, right? And based on the configuration, the instance will be launched. So it is having a general launch setting. It is also having the EC2 launch template. So general launch setting is a specific that is applied to this particular source server, and we can also have an EC2 launch template. So let me open the launch template. Let me click on modify. So let's scroll down. So you can see a stance type over here, C5 large. This is the same thing we saw when we saw the source server setting, where AWS was recommending C5 large as a target instance type. So this is already selected in this template, which was provisioned by your application migration service. So we can change the instance type from here if you require. So let me select yes, T2.medium. Yep. So I change the instance type. So that means when we launch the test and the cutover instance, they will have the T2 medium as an instance type. This is, since we are doing this for demonstration, I'm doing this. Else you can pick the right one, or you can keep the chosen instance type. Okay, so these are the tags which are already added by your application migration service. And then scroll down. These are the advanced details you can go through. I'm not changing anything over here. I'll click on create template version. So this will create a new version on the template that can be used, and when we launch the test and cutover instance, those will be launched as per this new template. Okay, so the lag is still there. The lag is still not completed. Okay, so one thing I noticed here, that I did not change the security group. So you can see security group is coming as blank under the launch template. So let me fix that, because I want to connect to my launch server on port 22. I want to do SSH to it. I also want that server should be accessible over the Prometheus port, which is 91100. So you can read here that when you create a launch template, it will create a new version, and you need to make that version as default version. Then only that will be applicable. Okay, so let me scroll down. let me add the security group. Yeah, so I'm creating a new security group. I'll name it as a Prometheus security group, and I will add two rules here. One for the SSH on port 22, and another one will be on the accessing the Prometheus metrics on the port 9100. So let me add them. Yeah, so I'll keep source as anywhere just for testing purpose, so that we can access the Prometheus metrics from the internet. So I'm creating a new version of this template. Now if you go to the launch template now, so which one is for our service? So this is the one we have the launch template, which is tagged to the application migration service. So you can see there are 4 versions. We need to make this 4th version, which is the latest one that we modified. We need to make it as default version. Then only we can use this version, and that will be applicable to the while launching the test and cutover instance. So we need to select the version, and then we need to go to the action, and then mark this as a default version. So see, yes, that default version, select the version that you want to set your default to. Yes, so now that the version 4 is a default version, so this will be used while launching the test and cutover instance, right? So this part is done, and yeah, let's explore the general launch setting for now. So let's click on edit. So you can see the first one is the instance type right sizing. So what does it mean? That when we check the source server details, there was a recommendation of using the C5 large instance type, right? So it says that when the instance type right sizing is active, the instance type defined in the EC2 launch template is ignored. So even if you change the the instance type in launch template, that will be ignored if this is set as yes, and it will pick the recommended instance type as per the APM recommended instance. So there are other details as well. You can see operating system licensing as bring your own license. So it says the license included option is not available for Linux servers. Cool. So there are other options as well. When you want to transfer the tags, there's a boot mode as well, and if you want to map any tag over here, you can map it. So those things are not required for this demonstration. I clicked on save setting, and I saved the general launch setting as well. So that's it. We'll launch the test instance in the next lecture.